Hello world, it's Jason Smith. How you doing this morning? It's Jason Smith coming to you with a little bit of information on the article that I'll be posting in the link below for good information for this week. Saw a great article written by Tom Stanfield, who is the founder of Aslan Training and Consulting, and he referenced a new study that came out for the fifth year in a row. A lot of different places reported this, in Forbes and Business Week and Bloomberg, a couple of places for the fifth year in a row. Sales reps, over 50% of sales reps and account executives in America fail to miss their quota. Sales teams and sales leaders are having issues getting their reps to be successful. And he published an article about the 5 reasons why. And I just wanted to share these with you in a video and copy the link below so that you all can go and read the article yourselves. But the 5 things he talks about are pretty basic, and we kind of cover them all in the curriculums we deliver to large enterprise sales teams across the world. The first one, number 5 actually on the list, is being afraid of the king. And what he talks about there is reps coming to the decision maker, finally get that meeting and actually recognizing that person's authority and allowing them to kind of drive the whole process, not taking ownership, not being the person to lead them through to get them to a better state of mind, to help them make better decisions. That causes a lot of those individuals who have a lot of information coming their way to discount the value and the inputs of the sales rep, and those deals go sideways. And at least of those reps missing a quarter. Number 4, avoiding the uncomfortable conversations that lead to fully understanding the customer's buying journey, their buying map. If you don't map their buying process, if you don't know exactly how they're going to make decisions or who's in charge or what are the factors going in, then you don't really have a way to influence the decisions they make, and it leads to failed deals. Now, it takes a lot of careful questioning to understand on some of those uncomfortable topics, and I think most reps avoid those, and that's why they lead to poor deals, structure falling apart in the 11th hour because they didn't know who the decision makers were or where the budget was going to come from. Not being able to have enough information to come up with creative ways to overcome some of those things that they might find out when they ask those uncomfortable questions. Number 3, focusing on the seed and not the soil. A lot of times we don't work on building up the receptivity of the people we're speaking to. We just focus on making sure they understand our solution. We try to make them love our solution as much as we do, which is the opposite of current state of affairs in terms of what's working in sales. You got to help each individual connect to you and want to get their information from you from a position of trust and connection, and focus on receptivity instead of focusing on the product that you're selling is the only way to do that. Number 2, leading with the solution in the conversation instead of taking the time to do a great discovery and uncover the needs, finding out what's on that customer's whiteboard. We don't spend enough time getting deep into not only what are the stated needs that the customer comes to the call with or comes to the sales engagement with, but going deeper and understand what's driving those needs so that we can make sure everything we bring forward kind of corresponds to something that they're already thinking about trying to solve. We like to come in with our solution and say, hey, look at this, think about this, but there's things listed on their list of priorities on their whiteboard first that we need to address and see if we can match up our solution to that. We need to focus on them instead of that through a deep discovery. And the number one reason why it's not working, the number one reason why reps are not hitting their number is that we're all focused on being a sales rep. Most decision makers don't want to talk to sales reps. So we can no longer just be sales reps. We actually have to be experts in what it is that these decision makers that our clients are trying to solve. We got to be experts in their industry and experts in the solutions that we provide as well. We need to actually be someone who can be a thought leader for them. That means, in terms of expertise, in the military, they said the 2% rule was you had to be 2% smarter than any piece of equipment you were trying to use. We need to be at least be 2% more informed than our clients, which is a challenge. There's tons of information, petabytes of information getting pushed out through all means of channels out there in the world today that we're consuming. We're inundated with information. So most of the people we meet have a lot of info to start with. We've got to stay ahead of our game. We've got to be more than just representatives of a product, of a solution, and go out and be a walking billboard. We've got to be engineers for our clients to help them engineer better solutions. We have to be fact finders, strategic thought leaders to help them find better ways to solve their own problems. Or we're going to get left behind, left on the shelf with all the other sales reps out there. And I'd love to encourage all of you all to do the same. I'd like to offer my services. If there's anything I can do to help you, you know how to reach me. for you here, all the social media channels that I reach out on, and make sure I make myself available for you. So thank you. Have a great week. Get out in this wonderful weather we got. Enjoy it. I'm hitting the road in just a moment, and I hope you'll do the same. We'll see you around real soon.